afternoon, everyone. Today, this video here is going to be about Unit 1, Lesson 6. And it's going to be about solving equations. Please make sure you're taking notes while you're going to be listening here. All right, here we are. Okay, so when we talk about equations, class, it's all about balancing equations. So here, let's subtract everything we have. Okay, this was supposed to be subtracted before, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so in this case here, you have a scale. Think of an equation as a scale. Once on one side, you have the blue block. It makes it heavy on one side. It's not balanced. If you do to one side, you need to complete it on the other side as well. So say we add another block on the right-hand side. Here it is. It's still in balance. So do you have to necessarily add another blue block on that side? Or can you go ahead and add some yellow blocks? So let's see. 1 is not enough. 3 is not enough. 4 is not enough. Finally, 5 is enough. Now it's balanced. So that's the whole idea about balancing equations. Once you do it on one side, you must complete it to the other side. With this here, let's take a look at this word problem. You gave your friend Frank $20 to buy 2 movie tickets for whichever the show is at that time. After buying the tickets, he has $4 left over for you, like change. How much are the tickets worth? So that means that we have T standing for, the question is, how much is the ticket worth? So that's going to be price or cost of tickets, you guys. So here we have price / cost of tickets. So I would like you guys to pause the video, click play again after you come up with an equation. Try your best with this variable here to see if you can do so, and come back when you're finished. Here it goes. So now that you guys are done having your own equation, let's check if you got it right. So that means you have 2 movie tickets. That means 2 represents the number of tickets, but you don't know how much it costs. So that's why you have to write T. The whole thing should equal to what? $20, right? Because that's the amount that you gave your friend. But then we're trying to figure out the number of costs, but we still have this 4 here. So where do you think that 4 goes? On the right side or left-hand side? So whatever this costs plus the $4 of change. And here we are. This is the equation that you should have came up with. Now, with this equation, which I will be giving you guys many equations, with this equation here, I'm going to ask you guys to solve for T. So again, click on pause, see if you can figure out yourself, and then come back. So go ahead and click pause. Okay, so now that you're back and you have tried the problem, you should know the answer by now. You're going to subtract 4 to both sides. Here we'll get 2t equals to, this cancels out, and then you have 20 minus 4 is 16. Inverse of multiplying, right now they're multiplying, right? Inverse of that is going to be divide 2 to both sides. So when you do so, this cancels out, so t equals to 8. And that here is your final answer. And what does that mean? It means $8 per 1 ticket. And that is the final answer there. And make sense of it through a complete sentence. So I just want to show you guys a word problem, how that relates to what we're learning today. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. If you don't understand it, go back and replay. All right, here it goes. So now we have this problem here. So here, class, we have solve for the variable, meaning what is the variable, the value of w. So in this case, you need to solve for w. You guys can subtract 3w if you guys want to both sides. But since we want to make it easier for you guys, let's go ahead and start focusing on the numbers only. Your goal is to balance out the equation, right? Balance out the scale. So inverse of adding 2 is subtract 2 to both sides. Once you do so, you get 7w equals to 3w, and this becomes positive 92. All right, so as you continue, you're going to inverse of adding 3, bring it to this side, because you want all the variables on one side, all the numbers on the other side. So when you do so here, we get, oh, just kidding, we didn't do it yet. So inverse of adding 3w is going to be subtract 3w here, subtract 3w right there. All right, so now, you guys, we should get what? 4w equals to 92. So I discussed over and over again that right now they're multiplying. Inverse of multiplying is divide. So here you divide 4 to both sides. Divide 4 here. So now we get W equals 2. 4 goes into 9 2 times. Remainder of 1 right there. And the 4 goes into 12 3 times. So this is your final answer, and this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so in this case, we discussed this in the warm-up earlier today, you guys, which is Thursday today, the 15th. We're going to distribute this here. 2, bring it down. However, the negative 3 is together. Negative 3 times x is going to be negative 3x. Then you have negative 3 times 4 is going to be negative 12 equals to 8. From here, class, you have to combine like terms. What do you notice here? Do you guys see a number here and a number on the same side? When it's on the same side, combine them. So 2 plus a negative 12 gives us more negative, so it's negative 10. Bring down the negative 3x equals to 8. So notice here that you want to keep the x here and then bring the negative 10 over to this side. So that means the inverse of subtracting 10 is adding 10 to both sides. That's adding, you guys. And then you add 10 here. This cancels. Negative 3x equals to 18. You guys know inverse of multiplying is divide, so you get x equals to a negative 6. And that's the final answer. So these two examples are on the front side of your worksheet, which is labeled as solve each equation. I'm going to turn to the back, and it's going to be called evaluating expressions. So evaluating expressions means that here, y equals to 10, you know what the value is, and z is going to be 2. So in this case here, instead of y, you substitute it for 10 right there. So here's 10. Please use parentheses. Z, instead of z, you write down the 2, and then plus, and then 2 squared one more time. That goes into parentheses as well, all together. So you guys can use please, excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So you do exponents first and parentheses. So here's exponents. 2 times 2 is 4 class, plus 2 is still there in parentheses, so you still have to do that first. And then later on, you subtract to the 10. Here you have 6. Take down the negative in the front, so now it's a negative 6, and then 10's in front. And that should be really simple, you guys. So here 10 minus 6 is going to be 4, and that's it. That's how you evaluate an expression, and that's your final answer. So you guys have your homework due. It's going to be due tomorrow for everyone. So please make sure you guys complete this worksheet. Odds and evens. Thank you so much. This video is also posted on YouTube for those who cannot view it on Canvas on their phones. And I'll explain that further.